Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kingdeano, and on this episode we are basically still locked up for the next 24 hours. So come along and see what we get up to in lockdown. Well, Twyla's had a walk, now I'm on mine. I've got myself a coffee and I'm just enjoying my walk. Before we dive into the video today, I just want to say a big thank you to Counsellors for sponsoring my video. Counsellors is an over-the-phone counselling service that specialises in depression and anxiety, and with everything going on at the moment in the world, we could all do with a bit of help. So please don't hesitate to contact them. All their information's down below, so go check it out. And thanks again, Counsellors, for sponsoring our video. Twilight, when it's raining outside, you're not to go outside. Oh, great. Okay, we're playing this game again. Alright guys, the rain has been coming down like crazy. It's horrible outside. So I'm just going to cook us some nice lunch. I'm cooking some bacon. I've just got this dish. I've put the bacon in there. I chuck it in the oven and it turns out so good. And the secret is not to light flat, just to kind of scrunch it up. And it ends up so nice and crispy. So I'm going to pop that in the oven now, and then I'm going to start on the scrambled eggs, which I'm going to do in a bowl in the microwave. So let's get it cooking. Alright, so I've got my eggs in already. I've done the salt, pepper. I've put some fresh parsley in there, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of milk and give it a whisk. That's all whisked up. Now all I have to do is whack it in the microwave. Right, so when you pull it out, it's going to look a bit like this. So you give it a bit of a stir and then pop it back in again. Alright, Twyla, we ready to get the eggs out? Let's go. Should do it. Alright, so this is how they look at the moment. Now let me give them a mix. That is our scrambled eggs done in the microwave. Now to check on the bacon. Oh, that's quite good. You have it done quick and easy. Bacon in the oven, eggs done in the microwave, and we've got our lunch. Now to go and enjoy it. Now, this weather, it is terrible. I've just come to the shops and I'm just running into Coles. So I've just come up here to grab some mushrooms for my recipe tonight. I'm looking forward to cooking something special. So I've spent the afternoon cleaning up the gym because I haven't been here for a little while. So it's all fixed up again. Lifting weights, I'm not sure if I'll be doing that, but one thing I will definitely be doing is using the treadmill. Thank God it's working again, because somehow I don't think we'll be going outside at all for a little while because it's going to rain for the next 5 days in Melbourne. Pretty much right through the long weekend it's going to be raining here and windy and just crap weather. So this is going to be my new walking spot. Not outside. I'm so glad I got that walk in this morning. And then as well, I've got my TV in here so I can watch that whilst I'm on the treadmill, which is good. And I'm sure somewhere down here is where Twyla will find a seat while she watches me and gets very jealous that I'm walking and she's not. Oh, poor thing. She just wants to go outside for a walk, but she's so fluffy. She's like a mop. All right, well, gym's done. Now to go out in the kitchen and start on dinner. Alright guys, so I'm cooking a recipe tonight with the help of Have Butter Will Travel. I got the recipe from these guys. I've tweaked it in my own little way, and I'm sure if you cook it, you can tweak it in your own way. But I do want to give these guys credit because I did steal a recipe from them and then changed it up a little bit. But if you are into keto or you're looking to get into keto, go to these guys. They are amazing. They have so many good recipes, and especially if you live in Australia, when they're talking about products, they're products that we can get because they go to Woolworths, they go to Coles, they go to Aldi, they go to everywhere. They do taste testing, they do new recipes, they've got heaps, they've even got merchandise. So check these guys out, but let's get in the kitchen and start cooking this yummy meal. So on tonight's menu is ossobuco. I'm going to be cooking it in a red sauce. I'm so excited. I've done it before and I absolutely loved it. Like I said, I changed up the recipe a little bit, but you can pair this with some potatoes if you're not doing keto, mashed or unmashed, roasted I mean. Or you can even turn it into like a sauce, a pasta sauce, and have it with pasta, or have it the way we're having it, keto style, and we're going to be pairing it with cauliflower. So I'm going to be eating eating it as like a stew, but it's a casserole stew, whatever you want to call it. Ossobuco in a red sauce, and I'm adding mushrooms to make it even better. All right, guys, let's turn around and look at the ingredients. So first, obviously, we've got our beautiful ossobuco, however you want to pronounce it. Look how great that looks. Salt and pepper, and then we've got our stock powder, beef stock powder there. I've got ghee, so we're going to start everything off with a bit of ghee in the pot. And we've got our mushrooms, some onion, and I'm going to be using a can of tomatoes and a bottle of this sauce. And the second star to this whole situation is this guy, our crock pot that we picked up not too long ago. Check that out. How awesome is that? And the best thing about it is it cleans up so good. So good. Anyway, all right, well, the first thing we need to do is put a bit of salt and pepper on these guys and then sear them off. Okay, salt and pepper on. I've made a nice big fine mess of it, but that's fine. Now let's fire up the pot. So the ghee's gone in. I've then melted that, got the pot nice and hot. And now I'm popping in my ossobuco just to get seal it. And then I'll flip it over. I've still got to put a bit of salt and pepper on this side, and then flip it over and then take it back out. Flip them off. Now with this, leave all that gunk in there. That's what we want. That's full of flavour. Now we're going to get our onions, dice them up and chuck them in and get them nice and brown. So just pop a little bit of extra ghee in there. Now we are throwing our onions in. I'm going to get them nice and brown. Browning off. I've got my mushrooms. I've got a massive big punnet full, and I am literally cutting them straight in half, and that's it. I want it nice and chunky. Now it's time for the mushies to go in. Sauce in. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour that in there and give that a mix around, just so then we can get all the goodness out of there. And in it goes. Right, now I'm putting in 800 grams of these tomatoes. Putting that in. Again, I'm going to put probably another cup of this in here. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to use all this. This is 4 cups of the stock, the beef stock. So I'm just going to wash that around. Okay, we'll give that a stir. Right, now I'm just going to pour a little bit more of this in. So it's literally, I think I've used 3 cups of that. But I think I'll stop there because it's starting to get really runny. And we will put this in the oven for 2 hours and then get it out and then reduce it on top of the stove. And it just depends on how thick you want it, how long you reduce it, it's up to you. All right, so next thing's next. I might just chuck some fresh parsley in and some garlic. Add in there now, the garlic, fresh parsley. I'm gonna stir that through and I'm gonna add the meat. Right, now it's time to add our meat. So let's get him in there. Beautiful. And I will dunk them in. Get in there, get in there. Sorry, my hands are clean. All right, that's that. I'm pretty happy with myself. This is looking mighty fine. So I'm going to just let it boil a little bit and then I'm going to put the lid on it and pop it in the oven for 2 hours and then pull it out and then reduce it after that on top of the stove just to get it nice and thick. Alright guys. Alright, the buzzer went off. It's been 1 hour. So what I've done is I've gotten it out, I've given it a stir and I've popped it back in. It's very runny at the moment. So hopefully I can in an hour's time get it out and reduce it on the stove. If it's still too runny, I might have to remove some liquid. So hopefully I don't have to do that. But anyway, so I've got another hour to go and we are in lockdown and we are about to open obviously in another day's time. So I think it's time to go dye the hair. And that's the thing about wearing baseball caps, you know, you don't have to go dyeing your hair and stuff, but it's time. Back to work. Okay, so what I have done is it was in the oven for an hour and a half with the lid on. Then I've got it out, taken the lid off, left it in the oven for another half an hour. Then now I've got it out at 2 hours and now I'm reducing it on top of the stove. So I'm just reducing it down. And then when I'm happy with the thickness, then we're gonna be eating dinner. But check out the meat, it's just fallen off the bone. It looks so delicious. Check this out, look at this. The marrow from the bone is all coming out. It's just totally empty. Look at that, it's all come out. It's all in there, it's getting mashed up. It's so beautiful. Now time to get the cauliflower. So I've removed the bones and it's looking perfect. Cauliflower is now on and we're almost ready to dish up. This is looking so good. So there you have it, my ossobuco in a red sauce and paired up with some beautiful cauliflower. Now it's time to go enjoy this. It looks so good. And I'd love to have Adam's opinion after he tastes it. Adam, so what's your verdict? Have a taste and tell me what you think. Twyla's not giving me anything because all she's worried about is eating the food. That's not a good reaction. It's just good.
It's good. It's good.
All right, fine. We'll go with that. Twyla? Well, I reckon it's a definite thumbs up for Twyla. So my prediction was right. Yes, it's crappy weather outside and I'm walking on my treadmill and Twyla is not liking it. Twyla's just ran outside with part of my gym set, and there's one of my socks. She's got a bit of a collection happening. What have you got? Wait, give me back my gym set. Twyla, get back here. What have you got? Give me back my gym set. You've got toys. Look, there's toys on the ground for you. That time of the day where we watch the news to find out if we're definitely getting out of lockdown. So I've got Twyla on my lap, she's having a sleep, and here we go, fingers crossed.
This morning, before we go to today's COVID update.
Alright, so it looks like we're coming out of lockdown, but we're on high alert. Now let's go get some lunch. Just pulled up at Marnong Estate. I thought I'd come up here and grab Adam some lunch. I'm undecided if I'm going to go to the farm shop and grab something from there, or if I'll go to their actual cafe and grab something from there hot. So we'll go in and have a look and check it out, but otherwise check this weather out. It is absolutely crazy here today. But if you want to see Marnong in its full glory, go down the bottom. I've linked in the video that I did on Marnong Estate a while ago on a beautiful weather day. They got awesome views up here, so come check them out, or check out the video and then come see us, or come see them after lockdown. Alright, well, let's go out there and brave the weather. I've managed to pick up these awesome pumpkin arancini balls that is going to be cooked in the oven, so I'll take them home and cook them for Adam. Plus, he wanted some strawberries yesterday and I forgot to get them, so I've got a punnet of strawberries. Look how much fresh stuff they got. It's just so cool. I love coming here, and it's going to be my last day coming up during lockdown, but we'll definitely be back, and their kitchen opens back up tomorrow, so we can come here for dinner if we want. Yum. Just got back from Marnong. Now I'm gonna pop on Adam's lunch, and hopefully he likes it, but being it's from Marnong, I think he will. All right, let's start cooking. All right, so there was 12 in the packet, so he only wants 6. He can have this for another day. So these are going in the freezer. These ones I've thawed out, so you gotta make sure they're thawed out before you cook them. Now you can either cook them in the oven, or Adam wants them done deep fried, so I've put some oil in there. I haven't gone really deep, so I'm just going to kind of roll them as they cook, and hopefully that turns out good. And then I've got a bit of paper here to get the excess oil off them, and that's as simple as that. They look so good. So pumpkin arancini balls from Marnong Estate. Gas is on now for this to warm up. And we'll throw the balls in. Okay, here we go. First one goes in. Next one. Look how gold and brown they are looking. These look so good. They're cooking up really easy. It's gonna make a nice lunch. It's time to get these guys out of the oil. You can see the cheese is just starting to ooze out. Look at that. Oh, these look so good. I'm so jealous. that I'm eating keto at the moment. Otherwise, I'd be having these right now. But don't worry, I'm having leftovers from last night, and I'm really happy with that. And Adam is going to get a big treat. He's going to miss me being home from work, but got to go back to work tomorrow. Alright, let him sit for a minute, and then I'm going to serve him up on a plate. Wow, I've even impressed myself. How easy was that, and how gorgeous do these look? All right, now the big test. Let's take it out. No Twyla, no taste testing. Adam, what's the verdict? I know Twyla thinks they're amazing. What do you think?
No, they're good.
Very good? Okay, good. It's a win. Well guys, I think lunch was a success, so we're all good. Twyla is having a bit of a snooze on the couch now. And that is it for another episode. I hope you've enjoyed these last 3 episodes of being locked down. Even though coming out of this lockdown, it feels like we're still in lockdown. Hopefully soon we'll be on the road doing van life videos. But until then, I'll try to keep coming up stuff to entertain you at home. And yes, so stay tuned for whatever that's going to be. And if you got any suggestions, pop them down below. I'll check them out. And while you're down there, do yourself a favor, like, subscribe, and tell everyone about us. And until the next episode, from Adam, Twyla, and myself, have a good time and stay safe. See you guys.